I think that sometimes when somebody wants something so bad, we can all be guilty of this. We can create a picture that isn't exactly accurate, and we'll color it like it's all just a bed of roses. And one of those things is the group that is just obsessed with legalizing marijuana.
Yes,
I mean, Rick and Bubba, how in the world can y'all
make the world a better
be
place?
for this? Just people have the right to do it if it's there, and they can be responsible, and taxes and
God made it.
Yeah, just like the lottery, it'll give us streets of gold in schools that no one can, and all of this. When really what you have is there's people that want to gamble without hassle, and there's people who want to smoke dope without hassle, and that's really all it is. But the question that is before all of us is: does this really work? And is it a good thing, regardless of your moral view or whatever? Does it work? And there's more information.
Rick, as more information has become available, there is a former employee of the New York Times, a former reporter for the New York Times, and he has written a new book, and he is studying the effect of marijuana and cannabis on society. Now, he's focusing on Washington State, because they were the first state to legalize recreational marijuana, Big Chief, the Devil's Grass, the Longleaf Hole, back in 2012. The drug became readily available in 2014. Now, the new book claims evidence shows a clear connection between marijuana available and mental illness and violence escalating in Washington State. As a matter of fact, Washington's murder and aggravated assault rates surged 40% between 2013 and 2017. That was right about the time the drug became available. Now, he also warns that pot is stronger than it was in the 70s. That also increases the risk. He claims that there's been a rise in homicides in Washington. It mirrors the time that the drug became available on the street, and also a big uptick in hospitalizations for psychosis. The National Academy of Medicine has not come out and made that tie yet. They say there's not enough studies to absolutely drop the hammer on this and say that cannabis can cause risk in these areas. But they have called for more studies on the case. And Washington, like I said, was kind of the first state, so the author is saying this is a test that we can look at, and the early results say that it is bad on society.
You're talking about the devil's lettuce.
Yeah, the devil's lettuce, yeah. Mm-hmm. Big Chief.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Ganja?
Yep, ganja.
Yeah. So
Jamaica Gold.
One of them good ones?
Left-handed cigarette.
You talking about doobie? So
Dragon's breath.
You talking about smoke from a distant fire?
That's it.
All right. So anyway,
talking about chieftain.
So it really hasn't been. And I'm yet to see, and maybe there is a story, and I don't mean to overlook it, but I'm yet to see the state that says we're doing it, and it's been fantastic,
and we're better off for it.
Yeah, and and they talk about all the other things, the other things that spawned that they didn't really see coming. Right now today we're taking out how you feel about Mary Jane and putting it over here. We're talking about, does the legalization of the devil's lettuce, the king's grass,
Big Chief,
does it lead to a better society than when it was not so readily available, all the way around?
Well, the author is basically saying the drug affects your brain.
Oh, does it?
And it changes your brain.
Well, there's a shocker.
It changes the way you act after that.
Wait a minute. Are you saying when I'm high, I don't have my faculties?
Yeah, I'm exactly saying that. Or at least this is Alex, and I don't know how to say his last name.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
Berenson, former New York Times reporter. So, if he was a New York Times reporter, we'd say there's some credibility there, at least in doing research.
Right. Well, and it probably, I've noticed just in watching it over the years from a kid to a young man to an adult man, just my own little observations. It seems to also it just doesn't seem to have a positive effect on the person who starts consuming it on a regular basis.
Now, I'm sure that, and this is one of the selling points, the tax money that comes in. I'm sure
they always tell you that.
Yeah, that's a positive. But at what cost are we raising that money? if our assault and murder rates have gone up 40%, that's going to be a drag on the system. That's going to take resources. That's going to take more money. So I don't know that you're really gaining anything in the long run. But it's early. It's early evidence. Now, for me personally, I just see how this would be negative. I've never have been on that wagon and don't promote that and don't allow family members to do that. And I just know too many people who have started with that and went on to other things, and it has not ended well.
There's all kinds of issues, and you've named some, but for me, as a person of weight, back to that again, I'm just hungry enough.
Yeah. I don't need any motivation to go find chips.
Rick and Bubba.